Now, there's a lot to this huge federal contract that happened right across the country. Of course, the excitement here was maybe only outmatched by Halifax. Everyone in that city is ecstatic about winning the contract to build the combat ships. Dana Hutchings joins us now with more on that in tonight's Checkpoint.
Scott, as discussed, Halifax's Irving Shipyard won the $25 billion combat contract. Well, the Premier of the province says the contract is crucial, and celebrations today were even bigger than when this country was awarded the Olympics. It's estimated at the height of the contract, it will create an additional 11,000 jobs in Nova Scotia, and the spin-offs will be huge too. It's the news they were hoping for in Halifax. The announcement means more people will be looking for houses, and lots of them.
We've had some pretty heavy-duty infrastructure systems go on here, like Dartmouth Crossing. That was a pretty significant development, but nothing that would translate into the 450 homes a year for 20 years that have been projected from a project like this.
Car sales are also expected to rise. In fact, with this win, they're expecting 750 new car sales for every year of the contract.
It's going to be great for stability and confidence, and I think that's a motivator when people are looking at cars or houses or actually their whole career, whether to move to Alberta or stay here.
Restaurant owners suffering from a slow summer season are also ecstatic. The contract could bring $11 million a year in business for them.
With that type of money being spent in an area that's 2 miles away from the downtown core, you're bound to get, I would think that you're going to get a fair share of that.
That's the indirect impact. For suppliers and dealers of Irving shipyards, this is a game changer for the region.
For sure, it's going to increase my business because a lot of welding goes along with the shipbuilding, right? So therefore, I have supplies, I have repairability, I have the warranty. So I will get a piece of that action somehow or other.
And our Checkpoint question tonight, what is your reaction? Did BC get its fair share of the contracts? You can tweet us at @Check_news on our Facebook page at facebook.com/checknews or email checkpoint@checknews.ca. Now, we've talked about BC's excitement, and you've just seen the impact in Halifax, but there were 3 companies bidding, and Quebec's Davie Shipyard was not awarded anything. Got lots of varied responses today. While some are celebrating, others think the contract should have been divided differently from the beginning. Our Checkpoint question tonight, what is your reaction? Did BC get its fair share of the contracts? Here's some of your thoughts.
It's about time we got something in British Columbia. It's not nearly enough.
Friends of mine work at the shipyard here, and it's good for them. Yeah, that's good news. It's good news to get anything.
I'm ecstatic. It should be great for the local economy, as well as provide a great resource for Victoria and the Victorians that live here.
I think that we need the employment here just as much as they need it there, so it should at least be split even.
It certainly would be better in terms of the federal government providing a more equitable split for BC. I mean, we're a large part of their conservative majority right now, so a few more dollars coming this way would have been better, I think.
And your social media responses. Sabine Rudenberg says we could have done worse and not gotten anything at all. Both Halifax and BC will benefit. At Dine Rehab on Twitter says, I think of it as a win of $8 billion, not a loss of $25 billion. Good for BC. Matt Crook says, wow, it's great to see everyone treat second place as if it was first. I would call this a consolation prize. I would hardly say we got our fair share. And on email, Ted Harwood says the East Coast has been in tough times for quite a while, and Quebec has had a lot of attention from previous governments. BC needed the extra boost. I think it's very fair. And it's interesting that some people on social media were surprised that Quebec was completely left out, saying it's the first time they've ever seen that happen. Those are your opinions, and that's tonight's Checkpoint.